In the day and age where people need to be verified, I said forget Instagram. I verify myself. You guys are about to watch me make this shirt from start to finish. So stop right now, hit that like button at any point in the video. If you have a comment or a suggestion on how I should do things or something I should do in the future, go ahead and put it in the comments. And if you like stuff like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I do this all the time. And I mean all the time. You know what? I might do it too much. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, so we're in Silhouette and we're about to do another design that's gonna go along the lines with the I chase my dreams or chase your dreams design. And I'm gonna use one of two fonts. One of them is Antonio, and I'll make it bold, boom. Or I'm gonna use one of the fonts that are the most popular fonts, which is Bebes. And we're going to use one of these, and then we're going to use the font that I use for Chase Your Dreams, and we're going to put in myself. And the font, I believe, is Gab, G-A-B. I don't know how to say this one, but G-A-B. All right, come on. Being difficult right now. G. It has to be here. Okay. G-A-B. Okay. So we have the two fonts. And somebody asked me, why don't I just design everything in Silhouette? And today I'm just going to do that for you guys. I like this one better. And I'm going to actually shrink this, and I'm going to copy both of these, and I'm going to ungroup this. Release compound path. Ungroup. We're going to group this, and we're going to move it over. And then we're going to drop in the verified check mark. And then we're going to use the trace feature here. Select trace. And then we got to play with the threshold up and down. Ooh, look how funky that got. So we're just going to play with it there. About 86. Trace. Okay, then we're going to turn this the color of light blue, which will be our verified check mark. Boom. I'll make it slightly bigger than what everything else is. I'll turn all of this white. I'm turning it all white. White and white. And for this font right here is overlapping, which we don't want. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to open up the Chase Your Dreams design. Actually, let's go file. Let's just do it here. Let's go to our apparel, Chase Your Dreams, and let's just drop in the PNG file for this. I just want to make sure that things are along the same lines, design-wise. All right, this one's a little bit bigger, but I'm really just concerned about the myself part. And I want to make sure that that is of an ample size. So I'm gonna go about right there, and I'm gonna drag it back over here. Boom, okay. So I need to space this out. So I'm gonna go over here to the font deal, and I'm gonna do character spacing. And again, what I did with the dreams is I ungroup it. So let me move Matter of fact, let me move this whole design off to the side here like it is. I just like to work with copies. As you guys know, if you follow me doing designs, I like to work on layers and copies and just make sure I got everything looking right. So right now I'm going to ungroup this, and then I'm just going to play with it enough to get it to the point that I like it. Wow. Okay. First off, we're going boom. Yeah, it looks good. And I want to make the M a little bigger, so I'm gonna move these over. Increase the M size and shrink it down just a hair. About right there. This is all going to come down to personal preference. And again, I'm playing with it because I just want to make sure that, you know, it's kind of looks like graffiti. It doesn't look like it's uniformed. And then, you know, you pick it. And once you come up with something you like, I'm going to group it back together. All right. And this I want to move out a little bit because I want to move this over from that a little bit. We should be good right about there. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is grab the top layer. I'm gonna group it all together. The bottom layer is already grouped, so I'm gonna take both of these. I'm gonna go over here to our transform panel and I'm gonna center it on each other. And then we have our design. And we're gonna cut a full design with this in white. And then we're gonna also take and do, I can actually delete this. We're also gonna take and we're gonna drag this off, ungroup it, and then we'll just print the check mark in that blue. I'm thinking I was going to use the same blue, but you guys know I love Easy Weed Electric, so if I have a light blue Easy Weed Electric, then I'm going to use that. So this is our design. We're going to cut it up real quick, press it up, and we're going to wear it today. So I hope you guys enjoy. Headed to print it out. All right, so we're at the suitcase for the scraps and vinyl. This is all of the little pieces that I had got from the Thermoflex Guy again. So what I was actually looking for, this is the Caesar version of that blue, but we have our scrap piece, which is the Thermoflex Colombian blue, which we're gonna use for the verified check mark. And I have another piece of white here that I'm gonna use. But I wanted to see if I had the Caesar. You guys know I like electric again, as I said it. So I'm gonna see if I can find this here. So I wanted to use this because it has that shine to it, the electric does. But again, I think they're so far off that I could do it. But I think I'm just gonna stick with this one. What do you guys think I should do? I guess you guys aren't gonna be here to answer me, but let me think about it. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything ready to cut, and I'll decide when it's time to go. So that's that. Let's go ahead and get over to the Cameo and get cutting. All right, so I showed you guys a trick already with how to layer the two colors as one and just kind of line it up straight. So today I'm going to show you guys, let me make sure I'm going dull side, shiny side down. Today I'm going to show you guys how to cut multiple pieces at once. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut this one. This one goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 and some change inches, and then oh, I need to add my cutting mat back. Sorry, I was cutting somewhere else without a cutting mat. So this one goes down about like just over 6 inches. So what we're gonna do is we are going to do 12 by 12 cutting mat first. All right, so now we're gonna move this up. All right, so I'm gonna actually make this go down just to 6 inches on my cutting mat. So boom, boom. All right, let me actually move it over a little bit. Make sure it's straight on the edge over here. It's actually cut a little crooked, so let's go on this side. All right, so it's just to 6 inches, which will cover me. And again, I'm going to just make sure it won't get off to the edge too far. All right, and I can come closer on this side though. All right, so we got that. Next we have this piece, and I need to go ahead and flip over this horizontally, and we're gonna just put that down here at the bottom. And how big is this? This is about 3.5 inches big. So we're just gonna put this down at the bottom corner here. Let me think. I'm gonna do it from this corner just to make it easy on myself, because I want to use this portion of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down at the bottom corner here, and we are going to load this here on the cutting mat. Change this to a 12. Okay, and we're gonna put this over here on the cutting mat. I want to try to use up this piece. It's gonna probably hang over a little bit, but we should be fine. So I'm gonna load both of these pieces into my cameo. So I cut her on. Boom. Good. All right, so what should happen is it should cut this and then come down here and cut this blue as well. So let's see if it works out for us. You ready? All right, here we go. So now you see how it cut here and it cut up there. So now we're gonna go ahead and get to weeding. Okay, so if you're like me, you lose your weeder all the time. So sometimes you gotta finagle something. But if you do what I'm trying to do now and put everything back where it's supposed to go, it'll be right where you left it. So I got my weeder now. And we're always gonna take off our vinyl from the sheet. And we are going to cover it back up, cover the cutting mat back up so that we don't lose any of the tack that is available to us. All right, now I'm gonna take a look at this versus the light, and I may be able to save like 1 inch off this Thermoflex here, maybe like 2.5 inches. You never know, one of these letters might mess up. I might need to use this so we can hold on to our scraps, especially because we're using a cutting mat. So I'm gonna go ahead and weed this from the corner here. Always start from the bottom corner, any corner, but a bottom corner was fine. And again, light tack, we got good cut settings, so I'm not worried about anything lifting, or I don't have to worry about a dull blade. I actually have never changed the blade on this cutter. The only 2 times I've changed blades is when I let a rookie use my cutting on one of my cameos, and yeah, that didn't bode well. So those are the only times that I had to change my blade in the cutting mat. So here we go. We have, it goes out a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it out a little bit, and then it cuts straight up here. All right. So now we got that. So we weed this one. Probably could have saved a little bit of this sheet. Now that I look at it, it would have been a very, very small piece, but nonetheless, we're fine here. Boom, boom. Something else that I also note is that I personally don't like to use bags for trash. I always like to use boxes. So, always like to use boxes because the carrier sheets kind of like mess like a trash bag. It kind of crumples up a trash bag, and you waste so much space in the trash bag. So, we're gonna cut tight around this bad boy here. Not too tight. Gotta make sure we still got some place to stick it. All right, so it should be about right here. Boom, make sure it doesn't overlap us. And we're doing the same exact thing that we did last time. We're lining the blue up over the white. And we just gotta make sure that this piece here does not overlap that white piece. So it doesn't, so we're pretty good there. You see how, yeah, you can see that line right there. It doesn't overlap there, and it doesn't overlap here. So we're in good shape there. So now we're just gonna head over to the heat press and line up our shirt and press it up. Okay, so we've already kind of went over how I line up my shirts and everything like that in the last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it up here. All right, now I'm gonna address something real quick that some people have said about the press. So one of the things that happens is, on a heat press, usually either the top platen or the lower platen has some float to it, right? Now you can tighten this up, I can tighten this up, but what ends up happening is if you're doing any other type of substrate, you want this float so that it can get a clean seal, and that's why they say swing away presses are better for sublimation, because they always have a flat seal on whatever surface that you're pressing on. However, if I had, say I was pressing this, and it goes to close down on it, it won't close fully if one of these don't float. So this float helps it get a clean seal with the different heights. So I kind of leave it there, leave it the way it is. It doesn't really bother me, but I just wanted to address that. Now I have a medium next level shirt. I have a bunch of mediums for some reason. I wear larges, but I probably just used all the larges for myself. All right, so we're just gonna do the lineup thing that we do here. Make sure it's straight. Boom. Okay, that looks good. All right, and then we're just gonna line up our garment. Boom. Way too far that way. Boom. Boom. Take a look at it. Okay, so now, if you're unsure, what you can always do is get a tape measure or ruler, and you can go ahead and say, all right, it's 2 inches on this side. Okay, it's a little bit less on this side. I'm gonna do it with my hand because this thing doesn't really roll out right. It moves. So it's about right there on that side. Come around to this side, about right there. It looks like I'm about a ½ centimeter off. So I'm gonna slide it over just a little bit. Boom, see here, bow, come around, bow, that looks perfect. And then we can go ahead and measure our straightness by doing this. Boom, slide it across, and that looks great, okay? So all I did was measure on both sides, make sure it was the same, and then I take and I slide my hand across with the tape right where it's at, and making sure it's touching at the same depth all the way across the top of the design. So that's just another way you can line it up. Again, I will have a full video on how you can line up your garments with a bunch of different techniques pretty soon. So we're gonna go ahead and press it down. Ooh, I'm actually too low on temperature. So we need to get it up to 320 for our Thermoflex. So I was about to press it, but I realized that we were too low on temperatures at 305. Now it should probably still work. What I could do is just press it for maybe another 5 or 10 seconds. But it's best to just use the things at the recommended settings, just so that we don't have any problems. Again, this is my shirt, so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna wait for it to get up to 320, and then we'll press it. We're at 319, and we should be hitting 320 any second now. All right, so I got everything lined up again. It's all ready to go. And we're gonna press this at 320 or maybe 319 for 15 seconds. And here we go. Wait for the long beep. All right, that looks good. And we are going to power this bad boy down. All right, hot peel. Wow, oh, it all came off in one hit. So I'm also going to just go ahead and press up the bottom portion of it. Now, the reason that I came up with this design, I just wanted to make something that goes along with this. And I automatically in my mind said, you know what? I remembered the verified check mark. In a day and age where people need to be verified, I felt like, you know, I don't need to be verified. I've verified myself like I think everybody should do. So now you guys got to watch me make, I verified myself from start to finish. Now you guys got to watch me make 2 shirts. Very, very simple designs, but very, very trendy, and how they fit together along with the lines of each other. Chase Your Dreams. I verified myself. I even carried over the font. So this is how I kind of make a cohesive set of shirts. Maybe there'll be a few more to this series of shirts that I go on Gourmet T-Bar. So if you want to pick one of these up, you can. Head over to gourmettbar.com and grab yourself one. I would appreciate the support. Or anybody who buys anything from T-Shirt Side Hustle, let me know down in the comments what you think about this. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification buttons, because I'll be doing stuff like this all the time. It's been your boy Stan Banks from T-Shirt Side Hustle. Peace.